It's midday, you're live on Joy News. This is Joy News Today. My name is Sweetie Abochi. In our headlines this afternoon, former EC boss Dr. Kwaku Afriyie cautions political parties to take their pink sheet seriously before heading to court to seek rerun of elections. We have details from the annual conference of the Ghana Bar Association, where Dr. Afriyie reiterates that elections are won at the polling station. Also, government under pressure to end illegal mining. We'll tell you what civil society organizations have been saying.
Government should suspend all small-scale mining activities currently going on.
We think that we must have a broader stakeholder engagement. It shouldn't be the business as usual approach in doing things.
We have business news, sports, and showbiz in the 60 minutes package of the Joy News today. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125. You want to stay for details with me, Sweetie Abochi. In our first story, former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Kwaku Afriyie, is asking political parties to exercise caution when dealing with pink sheets during and after the polls. Speaking at the annual conference of the Ghana Bar Association in Kumasi, Dr. Afriyie emphasized the critical role pink sheets play in the electoral process and urged parties to carefully examine them before considering any legal action against the Electoral Commission after results are declared. He also added that pink sheets are the only sourced documents for reconstructing election results. Nana Boache Yadom joins us with more on this live from Kumasi. Nana Boache, what more can you report based on the caution that the former EC chairperson has been giving?
Well, Sweetie, today at the Ghana Bar Annual Conference, Dr. Afriyie was cautioning political parties to make sure that they take their pink sheets seriously in the December 7 general election. Well, this caution came when Mr. Afriyie was making reference to the previous election petition cases that have been in court, and the issue is that these cases have always come at hand, facing the Electoral Commission in a way that it makes it difficult for them to deal with these matters. But in the political parties and their agents really do take their pink sheet seriously, it will make it very easy for them to collate their result and also make a case when they proceed to court for to seek a rerun of the election when it is being declared by the EC. And so the former EC chair is asking that going into this crucial general election, it is up to these political parties, their agents, to make sure that they lay focus on this particular pink sheet and every other electoral document, which will in a way make a significant impact on the electoral results that will be declared by the EC.
Wachiyadom coming to us live from Kumasi with those details and update. But still on the Bar Conference, President of the Ghana Bar Association, Chaper, has been speaking against what he refers to as partisan alignment and monetary inducements in the association's electoral process for new executives. He says some aspirants are making promises that are not achievable per the Constitution or the Constitution of the Bar. And speaking at the Ghana Bar Association's annual general conference, the president noted that the practice must stop if the association is to maintain its respectable status in society. Nanaya Aljima has more in this report.
The Ghana Bar Association is expected to elect new executives this week as part of the ongoing annual general conference in Kumasi. President of the association, Chaper, believes the association, which is deemed prestigious, is positioned to set a good example for Ghana's general election in December. But he is worried some persons aspiring to lead the Bar Association are failing to set good examples in the conduct of a clean election.
It is rather unfortunate that our conduct and campaign leaves much to be desired. We hear of partisan alignments, monetary inducements, virtually posts on WhatsApp platforms, outlandish promises that cannot be possible within the provisions of the GBA Constitution. Unfortunately, some of these unsavory matters have found its way to the mass media, it should be of great concern to every well-meaning member of the GBA. The GBA is a noble association of learned persons, and there is no place in the association for such conduct, which may be permissible in the realm of partisan politics. We lose our voice if we also behave like politicians. We must understand this basic principle. The GBA leads, the GBA does not follow.
Meanwhile, the Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokonu, has also expressed worry over the increasing number of lawyers being referred to the General Legal Council for unethical behavior.
Has also very unhappily referred to the consistently increasing numbers of lawyers that are referred to the disciplinary committee of the General Legal Council for unethical practices against their clients. The General Legal Council is actively working, engaging the Council of Law Deans concerning the mainstreaming of the study of legal ethics at the faculty level.
The Chief Justice also reviewed waging war against operations of syndicates producing fake certificates in the courts.
Very active steps are being taken to uncover and stem these practices. And I thank the Ghana Police Service, especially the Criminal Investigation Department, for their work. I would like to encourage all persons to help judicial management to stamp out such practices that only go to hurt the reputation of Ghana as an investment destination.
For JoyNews, Nana Ojima, Kumasi.
Now, Nana Ojima joins us with further details on this. Nana, how are the aspirants taking this caution?
Unfortunately, yesterday we couldn't get to speak to any of the aspirants. Today we'll try to get to them, but the lawyers who had gathered there, or members of the association, clapped to that. Speaking to some of them, they say that it was very relevant that their president drew the attention of all to the mode of campaign and also direct them to the acceptable norms when it comes to the elections, especially when it concerns the Ghana Bar Association. Many of them believe that the bar should set good example for all to follow. And even if the bar itself is going this way, they do not know if any other association other than the bar or people who are supposed to know better will do when it's time for election or in some of these associations. So they believe that they must live by the theme for this particular bar conference, which dwells heavily on elections.
Thank you so much, Nana Ojima. Now, in other stories, civil society organizations and other pressure groups are mounting pressure on government, asking President Akufo-Addo to increase the fight against galamsey to end the menace. Most of Ghana's forest reserves have been tinkered with, leading to a destruction of trees in search of gold. Almost every water body in the country has also been polluted, forcing Ghana Water Company Limited to spend to produce good drinking water for consumption. National President of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, Professor Mamudu Akudugu, says UTAG wants a total ban on galamsey now.
We think that we must have a broader stakeholder engagement. It shouldn't be the business as usual approach in doing things, because we've done that before and we haven't seen the results that we desire. And so we cannot continue doing things the same way and expect different results. And this is the time that we want decisive leadership to take that critical decision that, look, we must stop destroying ourselves. And so we think that there must be, beyond the ban, there must be a broader consultative process, because we know, especially JoyNews, you have done some works. We've seen your reports about deformed children being born. We've seen issues of poisoned food crops, like the cassava, the yams, and all that. And so we cannot continue the business as usual approach in fighting galamsey. And we believe that beyond the ban, we want to have very engaging activities, both with the government, the stakeholders, and all those who matter.
Also on News Desk was Senior Lecturer, School of Mines and Belt Environment Department, University of Energy and Natural Resources, Dr. Abdul Wadud Mumin, who wants government to suspend all exploration as well as suspend all small-scale mining activities.
One, I suggest that the government should suspend all small-scale mining activities currently going on, and also suspend all exploration activities, whether exploration that have been advanced by large-scale junior companies or small-scale. These should all be suspended, not banned, but suspended. And then also we take an inventory of all activities going on. If government issues a legal declaration of suspension of all, one, small-scale mining activities, and two, exploration activities on the field. This is the time then to scout, to go on the field and also deploy Earth observatory technology like satellite and also RPAs, remotely piloted aircrafts, across to identify who are still on site.
Police in the Northeast region have indicated their determination to prosecute Akamara Bawa, a man suspected to have disrupted the WA MPP primary rerun. The 48-year-old former chairman of the party was arrested after he snatched and destroyed ballot papers as sorting was ongoing. The incident left polls in chaos, with the Electoral Commission annulling the elections and asking the NPP leadership to decide the results. Ilyasu Tanko joins us with updates on this. Ilyasu, what's the latest on this development from the Wale constituency and the suspension of that election, therefore?
Well, the update is that this morning or overnight, there have been some celebration by a number of youth in that particular constituency who are mostly supporters of Dr. Kabiru. They tell me that to them, the election have come to an end. They know that Kabiru has won the election, and there have been celebration throughout in Wale since yesterday. So according to the supporters of Hajia Lariba, on the other hand, they are waiting for the decision of the National Executive Council, which has been mandated by the Electoral Commission to decide the results of this particular election. They are banking their hopes on this body to declare the election on behalf of the embattled incumbent member of parliament. So there have been celebration on the part of supporters of Dr. KB, and there have been some kind of reflection and then also some hopes that have now been on the neck to decide the election in Wale.
Elias, do we know whether those who were arrested are still in police custody or have they been released yet?
Yes, a number of people were arrested. At least 6 persons were arrested in all. But what we do know for now is that of Akamara Bawa, who caused the overall destruction of the process. He is currently being held in custody in Bolgatanga, the Upper East Regional Capital. I spoke a while ago with the police in Northeast Region. They have indicated their resolve to pursue this matter. The police said he will be taken to court later today, either in Wale or Nalergo, for the court process to begin. And so, yes, Akamara Bawa, I can confirm that is still in custody of the police.
Ilyasu Tanko, thank you so much. That's our Northeast Region correspondent bringing us updates on that chaotic situation in Wale constituency. Now, moving on, an independent candidate in the Banda constituency of the Bono region is vowing to unseat incumbent Member of Parliament Ahmed Ibrahim who has been the representative of the people since 2009. Isaac Anohene, a native of Bongase who defected from the opposition National Democratic Congress, says his decision to go independent is to solve the pertinent challenges facing the constituency. And Asabit has more.
Emerge as an independent. He is the latest in the Bono region to emerge as an independent candidate ready to contest in the 2024 parliamentary elections. Anohene Isaac, affectionately known as Ano, a prominent native of Bongase in the Banda district, has been a known member of the National Democratic Congress for decades, serving as a member of the regional communications team and a research officer for Ahmed Ibrahim's 2009 campaign. After his long relationship with the NDC, the proud president of Bongase decided to go solo by declaring his intention to run as an independent candidate.
I, Isaac Anohene, a prominent native from Bongase within the Banda district, has officially announced my deflection from the National Democratic Congress with an immediate effect without fear or panic. My decision to contest as an independent candidate is driven by several critical concerns, primarily focused on the poor and deceitful performance of the incumbent Member of Parliament, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim.
He appealed to the people of the constituency devoid of their party affiliations to throw their support behind him as he seeks to bring the needed development to the area.
I invite all of you, regardless of your political affiliation, to join me on this journey. Together, we can make history and create a constituency that thrives on unity, progress, and development.
Some constituents who believe in the dream of Ano share with JoyNews why they feel it is time to show the MP of the area the exit, adding that he has over the years done little for the constituency. The Banda constituency has since 2009 been represented by Ahmed Ibrahim in parliament, and he's set to face stiff opposition from a member of his own party, Isaac Anohene, and the NPP's Joe Dankwa. Anna Sabit, JoyNews, Banda.
The new Patriotic Party parliamentary candidate for WA, Hajia Humu Awudu, is asking constituents to give the constituency representative is Awudu, and he's asking constituents to give her a chance to make their lives better through the creation of jobs and provision of social amenities. She spoke after filing her nomination to have a second attempt at the seat. Rafiq Salam reports from WA.
Constituency, polling station executives and supporters of the MPP accompanied Hajia Humu Awudu, who is making a second attempt at the WA Central Parliamentary seat. The Limaine Voble starlet presented her nomination forms to the WA Central Constituency Electoral Commission's returning officer. They perused through the nomination forms diligently to ensure that the aspirant followed all the guidelines provided by the EC on filing of the nomination. Her nomination was finally approved and given the green light for her to run the 2024 elections. Hajia Humu Awudu, in an interaction with the media, disclosed that she was throwing the hat into the ring for a second time because of what she termed as unfinished business.
I started something which was unfinished. I am back to finish it, inshallah. We have a lot of youth who are lacking opportunity. I am here to help them, to lead them, to get them jobs to do. I'm here today to bring hope to this constituency. I'm here today to let them know that women and children have a future.
She spoke of some projects executed which she believed will turn the table in her favor.
I think that I have done enough I've drilled a lot of boreholes in all these communities. There is no community that have not touched a life. I go to every community, there is somebody that I have touched. I think that if we are able to get the youth to where they need to get to, I think WA Central is going to be a great one.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam. WA.
To some more stories, Member of Parliament for Hohoe, John Peter Amewu, is confident electorates in his jurisdiction would endorse his candidature and give him another term to serve in office. He expressed optimism about increasing the governing New Patriotic Party's voting pattern in the parliamentary elections to 67%, an increase of about 12% from the 2020 result. Fred Kwaku Afriyie reports.
Thousands of residents from across the Hohoe constituency followed John Peter Amewu to submit his nomination forms. Chanting songs composed with the name of the incumbent MP, they processed the streets of Hohoe in a jubilant mood to the Electoral Commission office. Mr. Amewu, who was accompanied by government officials, NPP constituency and regional executives, addressed his followers after filing his nomination forms. Individually, some people did not benefit from any of the initiatives under my development agenda. I told you that it is not everybody who will benefit during the first 4 years. Some people will have their share in the morning, others in the afternoon, and the rest in the evening. He has the firm conviction of maintaining the Hohoe parliamentary seat for the governing NPP.
In the last election, I had about 56 or 54%. This particular election, I go home with you. We are going to general elections to go. So I am not expecting less than 67%. 67%. I am not expecting it. In the next 4 years,
John Peter Amewu toppled the NDC off the Hohoe seat after winning the 2020 parliamentary elections, polling 26,952 votes against the NDC's Professor Kwaku's 21,821 votes. Fred Kwaku Afriyie, JoyNews, Hohoe.
Away from that, 1 month after being recognized for his impact in rural livelihood empowerment, a 2024 JoyNews Impact Awardee, Dr. Kwaku Afriyie, has bought bicycles with his cash prize for 10 school children in Donkokrom in the Eastern region. He has also trained over 100 more locals in honey making to support their livelihood. JoyNews' Caleb Mensah was with Honeyman during the presentation and training session and sent this report.
Ladies and gentlemen, the JoyNews Impact Maker, Livelihood Empowerment, Dr. Kwaku Afriyie, aka the Honeyman. The Honeyman. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honeyman.
We are here in Donkokrom, the district capital for Kwaku Afriyie Plains district. Bees for Development Ghana has been working in communities in this area for the past years, supporting them to keep bees to improve their lives. Before, they will hunt for honey in the Dija National Park. They got arrested, they got jailed. So we've been supporting them to keep bees outside and making good livelihoods without these problems. Have come this week to support them further. We have selected 6 basic schools. We will establish bus clubs, and to start we will train 2 teachers from each of the schools and train them to handle these children, to further encourage the children to learn about bees and also to keep the environment intact.
I personally believe that this particular training is important and it's going to go a long way to help me and then the children back at school who will join the bus club. And I know after everything I'll be well equipped to establish my own hive, and this hive will not only help the environment and then biodiversity, but it's also going to generate a lot of income.
As part of the JoyNews Impact Makers Award, and we are here this week to further the recognition given to us and to donate 10 bicycles. From the award money, we have secured 10 bicycles to donate to children who walk long distances to school. Some walk as much as 6 kilometers to go to school. And this time round, we are impacting the communities by donating these bicycles to their children. Peace for Development Ghana is so grateful to JoyNews Impact Makers Award for telling our story to the world. We are now very accepted by the community members. They are producing honey, and we have sorted out the marketing issues by establishing the honey and beeswax trade center in Donkokrom.
There are growing fears that Ghana may become more indebted to China in the wake of Beijing's announcement of additional credits worth $50 billion to Africa. China remains the largest bilateral creditor to Ghana, with the country's debt accumulating to $1.9 billion, a situation which is prompting calls for the need for the government to take immediate steps to wean the economy off its dependence on China. However, the China-Africa Center centers China's dealings with Ghana has solely been based on economic interest and not a debt trap, as being speculated by critics. Head of our Diplomatic Affairs Desk, Blessed Sugan, has more in this report.
The 2024 Forum for China-Africa Cooperation has wrapped up in Beijing, with China's President Xi Jinping pledging additional financial aid of $50 billion United States dollars to African countries. The credit line is deemed crucial for Ghana, which is currently grappling with the sovereign debt crisis and looking forward to the likes of Beijing for more support.
We also value very, very much our relations with China. There have been strong relations for over 60 years. In fact, I think that we're one of the first countries in Africa to have established diplomatic relations with China. And ever since then, we have counted on you as one of our most reliable friends.
But there is growing scrutiny of China's economic assistance to Ghana. While critics lay claim to a possibility of a Chinese debt trap, the China-Africa Center, a civil group based in Accra, says the credit line could be an alternative or a complementary line to Ghana's bailout program with the International Monetary Fund.
It is about finding partners that understand our development journey, that are willing to commit and be a part of the solution that we are seeking for as a country. So if we find in those situations that China can play a part, then why not? We can engage China to build those kind of projects. So there's no iota of truth. In fact, the Ghana example, when we look at our total external debt as of 2022, about $30 billion. Out of the $30 billion, China's own in there is about $1.9 billion, which is about 6%. So if China owes about 6% of our total external debt, how then can we conclude that because of that 6%, and we are in debt crisis, therefore China is the cause of that? It cannot be.
China is currently supporting Ghana with its district's road improvement program DRIP, a usual trend of Beijing's investment in critical infrastructure. This, the Africa-China Center says, is necessary for Ghana and Africa's development.
China's engagement in Africa is purely economic interest. That is what China is doing. It's purely based on economic interest. And economic interest means that when money goes, money has to come back. So there's no way China will take their taxpayers' money and just dole it out to countries that they know cannot pay, and they confiscate their assets. To do what? To really then resell those assets to get their money back? No. These are all projects that are viable, that they discuss at various levels. Africans' own agencies are involved in the discussions. Sometimes some of the projects that are even discussed under debt trap diplomacy, you can see there's an element of Africa and European and Chinese companies all coming together to build those kind of projects.
In the years to come, China hopes to modernize Africa through its strategic partnership programs with Ghana and other nations across the continent. Blaise Ogun's report for JoyNews, Accra.
We'll take a break now and we'll return with business news.
It's time for business on JoyNews Today. My name is Winston Taki, and out of first business story, Minister of Finance Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam has called on entrepreneurs to take advantage of the financial and technical support the government has committed to offer to maximize the potential of their businesses for growth and job creation. Speaking at the stakeholder sensitization on the SME Growth and Opportunity Program in Sunyani, he encouraged the youth also to support the growth of small and medium enterprises of entrepreneurs when employed. Precious Semavo has more.
In Ghana, SMEs account for 92% of existing companies, 85% of all manufacturing jobs, and employ about 70% of the working population. To better support SMEs with the potential for business expansion and job creation, the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Trade and Industry have developed the SME Growth and Opportunity Program to offer targeted financial and technical support. Over 200 small businesses in the Bono region were exposed to how to source funds following presentations from the SME Go implementers, including Ghana Enterprises Agency, Exim Bank and Development Bank Ghana, at a stakeholder sensitization in Sunyani. Speaking on behalf of the sector ministers, Andrew Kujo Amexin, coordinator of the SME Go, said the government will continue to extend support to businesses to flourish.
Government is going to support GEA with an amount of 200 million for the high-growth SMEs through the provision of small-scale grants and loans to 2 years at highly subsidized rates. The Ghana Exim Bank will also be supported with an amount of 500 million Ghana cedis. Additionally, the Development Bank Ghana will commit a total of 1.2 billion Ghana cedis. And the same way, the IFC is also going to support this project with $400 million US. To you, our businesses and our SME players, we encourage you to take advantage of this very important intervention to grow and expand your businesses. Government is willing and is ready to give you all the necessary support to achieve this objective.
He described as unfortunate the attitude of some youth towards the growth of businesses.
It is unfortunate that when you employ somebody, the person doesn't see that his or her future or his development depends on the success of your business. So what they intend doing is to rather come and rob you and collapse the business. And so you see that people don't put in their match. And our youth these days are so much centered on betting. And because of that, they don't even care about any trade at all that will develop them.
Like some entrepreneurs, Eugenia Doma Nobalanan of Doma's Freshly Organic Enterprise appealed for branding support.
I know of businesses that have good products but are not well branded in order to penetrate the market. And of late, branding is very expensive. So we plead that these businesses and opportunities that are coming up cover small-scale businesses that are not well branded in order to help us promote our businesses wider into the country and even outside the country.
Precious Semevo, Joy Business, Sunyai.
International Standards Organization ISO firm Go Compliance Solutions has expressed worry over the lack of government commitment to implement safety policies in various schools and learning facilities. According to the Chief Executive James Kwesi Ofori, time has come for stakeholders to move away from solely making revenue from these centers to prioritizing safety and avoid violence in schools. He was speaking at the Joy Business and Safety Forum here in Accra.
Safety protocols, as required by the International Standards Organization, are essential for businesses and institutions operating in all sectors of the economy. However, Ghana is lagging behind in implementing safety policies in learning facilities and schools due to low interest from stakeholders and government. The Safety Forum, organized by Goal Compliance Solutions and its partners, aim to create awareness about safety policies and meeting global standards. Speaking to journalists after addressing the forum, James Kwaku Afriyie, Chief Executive of Goal Compliance Solutions, called on the government and stakeholders to implement safety policies and prioritize safety over revenue.
Some safety systems implementation in schools, the culture, how do we even admit our students, what processes or what criteria, what are we looking out for, what screenings do we do, how do we bring these people in. It is a major concern because our schools are beginning to look more like a revenue or profit venture, okay? And the focus of transforming the youth into better leaders, we are beginning to lose that focus. So the training we'll do, and then we'll look at also the implementation of some quality and safety cultures in the schools.
That'll be all for business. We'll be back with sports after this break. Stay tuned.
JoyNews Today with me, Muftau Nabila Abla. Black Stars head coach Otto Addo says that he is disappointed with the performance of his players in their one-off stalemate against Niger on Monday. Ghana needed a win to get their AFCON 2025 qualifying campaign back on track after suffering a 1-0 loss on match day 1 against Angola at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. However, the senior national team produced a drop performance resulting in 1-1 draw.
To be honest, we talked and we trained set pieces. We talked about situations which could happen, and the way they defended in the last 10 minutes was really, really bad. I think in general we had the game under control. We allow sometimes some counter situations where we don't close the gaps really well. And then we got the lead. I think from that point things were easier. Also in the second half we changed some positions and some in the build-up, and also some switches to the sides from our wingers, and we had a different setup in the midfield. So it was good. In the second half we controlled them. We created a lot of chances, which we didn't use. And then at the end, these kind of games, they're like this. There are no cheap teams. Every team can play. Niger also did well, especially in their counter attacks. But yeah, I'm very, very disappointed the way we allow our goals. We had a quite cheap goal against Angola, and now again, I'm just really, really disappointed. And we have to be on our toes to defend these situations better. I don't know what to say more because really I'm disappointed. We talk too much, trained exactly in this kind of situation also, and really disappointed to collect a goal like this.
Ugandan marathon runner who was doused in petrol by her boyfriend and set ablaze, suffering about 80% of body burns, died. And the boyfriend has also just died, per media reports in Kenya this morning. The boyfriend suffered body burns of about 30%, and media reports this morning suggested that he was in ICU and died this morning. Rebecca Cheptegei, she will be buried on September 14, and it is believed that because she was in the civil service, she's going to be guarded by the military during her burial ceremony. But the gentleman, many people had actually indicated that her family, the lady's family, were demanding for justice, and now, since she's died, it appears calm has restored between the family of the gentleman and that of the lady, per Kenya's website, The Star, which reported the demise of the gentleman early on this morning. You can head on to myjoyonline.com and read that story and many more stories. This is how we're wrapping up sports here on Joy News Today with me, Muftau Nabila Abla. We appreciate your time.
Hello there, good afternoon. Welcome to the Showbiz segments with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yabwa. Now, buckle up for the ride of a lifetime. Wanderlust Ghana is daring, and that is the daring travel group that cruised from Accra to London last year. Is revving up their engines once again, this time for an epic 30,000-kilometer adventure from Accra. They'll journey to Paris, Dubai, and Cape Town, crossing 30 countries in 3 months.
Wanderlust Ghana first made waves when they completed a jaw-dropping 16-day road trip from Accra to London, covering 2 continents and 12 countries. Now, they're back with an even bigger challenge, a 30,000-kilometer journey from Accra to about 30 countries in major cities like Paris, Dubai, and Cape Town. Speaking at a send-off celebration at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, Wanderlust Ghana CEO Kwaku Afriyie shared their big goal for this trip.
The world is a big oyster, and we are not getting any younger. So once we want to explore the world, we keep looking at far field where we can go. We've done Europe into the UK. So let's do somewhere else. Next year, we'll do another place. The year after, we'll do another place. When my knee gives, we sit at home.
This trip is going to put Ghana on the map?
So there's a very elaborate media setup for the route. All these 30 countries, we have media engagements there that we're going to be doing. Every country we get to, there's a media soiree. The embassies are hosting us with their local media. So obviously, that drives up an attention on Ghana. And out of that, we want to sell that country.
The journey is set to begin on 30th September 2024 and will take the group through countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Morocco and Turkey before making stops in cities like Paris and Dubai. But as thrilling as this road trip sounds, it won't be without its bumps. Kwaku Afriyie admitted that car issues could slow them down along the way.
We don't have any expectations. The journey is the destination. You move, whatever you see, you deal with it. Just plan for the West, and then you deal with it as you go along.
What are some of the challenges that you have anticipated along the line?
We are driving cars. You can have a vehicular accident. You can have tire blowouts. You can have mechanical failures. That's one thing you can plan for. You can have... People may fall sick. This is life. You don't hold everything in your hands. So we can only plan, try it and see how best it goes. We may probably not even finish the trip, who knows? It is what it is. The journey is the destination.
The Ghana Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture is also backing the trip. The CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Agyemang, revealed that the adventure would give Ghana some much-needed global attention, with the team making media stops across the various countries.
We are going through countries that we are hoping to promote our December and GH programs. And so we are hoping that out of this trip, the numbers in December will go up. So tourism number growth is one. Number two is the media mileage that we will get. We know that a lot of social media platforms and apps are going to carry this trip. And so that is, media mileage is also the second objective for us in this partnership. And finally, the soft power. You know, showcasing the cultural heritage of Ghana, our food, our music, our film, and everything that makes us Ghanaians to about 30 countries. It's not a small thing, so it's a big deal for us, and we are thankful to the Wanderlust team for the partnership that they formed with us. We're hoping that we can build on it and also engage with other platforms. For us, selling Ghana is our job, and whatever platform that we evaluate and see that we can really be able to position Ghana as a tourist destination is something that we are going to jump on. And
well, away from that, in a rather sad development, famous Hollywood actor James Earl Jones has passed away at the age of 93. Well, James peacefully died at his residence on Monday, September 9, 2024, and he was famously known for being the voice of the Star Wars villain Darth Vader and providing the voice of Mufasa in Disney's The Lion King in 1994. He starred in many films including Field of Dreams, Conan the Barbarian, The Lion King, Coming to America, and The Greatest. May his soul rest in peace. On that note, is a wrap for the showbiz segments with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yabwa. Over to you, Sweetie Abochi.
Thank you, Jacqueline. You know, James Earl Jones was actually my favorite character in Coming to America. But that's how we're wrapping up for Joy News Today. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com, where you find stories like the latest update on this forest evasion, Minerals Commission, delete critical information, about mining companies after the Fourth Estate revelations, as well as other stories to keep you updated and informed. My name is Sweetie Abochi. Many thanks for joining us. It's bye for now.